Ever tried to send a big payment on Venmo and suddenly it stopped? You're not alone. Venmo has limits on how much money you can hold in your account. But what are those limits, and how can you increase them? Let's dive in. Venmo is a popular app for sending and receiving money, but it's not just a simple send button. Like any financial service, there are rules in place, and understanding them is key to a smooth experience. Today, we're breaking down Venmo's balance limits, how they work, and what you can do to potentially increase your limits. 1. Understanding Venmo's balance limits. First things first, let's clarify what we mean by the balance limits. Essentially, Venmo restricts the amount of money you can hold within your Venmo account at any given time. This is a standard practice among many financial platforms to manage risk and comply with regulations. Now, the tricky part, Venmo's balance limits aren't fixed. They're dynamic, meaning they change based on several factors. Think of it like a credit score. The more you use Venmo responsibly, the more trust you build, and the higher your potential limits can go. 2. Key factors influencing your Venmo balance limit. Account age. The longer you've had your Venmo account and actively used it, the higher your potential limits. It's like proving your reliability to Venmo. Transaction history. Consistent, legitimate transactions, like paying friends, splitting bills, etc., build trust and can lead to increased limits. Suspicious activity, however, can trigger lower limits. Verification level. Venmo offers different verification levels, each with potentially higher limits. Basic verification is a starting point, but you can usually increase your limits by verifying your identity, usually with your social security number or driver's license. Funding sources. Connecting your bank account or debit card to Venmo increases trust and can potentially lead to higher limits. Spending habits. Consistent spending patterns, especially those aligned with legitimate activities, generally lead to more favorable limit adjustments. 3. How to check your current balance limit. Want to know your current balance limit? It's usually visible within the Venmo app itself. Look for a section related to your account settings or limits. If you can't find it, you might need to contact Venmo support directly. 4. Increasing your Venmo balance limit. Verify your account. This is the most crucial step. As mentioned earlier, higher verification levels often unlock higher limits. Follow the in-app instructions to verify your identity. Maintain a good transaction history. Avoid any suspicious activity, such as high-risk transactions or those that might violate Venmo's terms of service. Keep your transactions consistent and legitimate. Contact Venmo support. If you believe your limits are unreasonably low or you're facing difficulties, reach out to Venmo's customer support. Explain your situation clearly and provide any necessary documentation. Be patient. Increasing your limits takes time. It's a gradual process based on your account activity and Venmo's risk assessment. 5. Common misconceptions about Venmo balance limits. Myth. Once you reach your limit, you can't send or receive any more money. Fact. You can still send and receive money, but the funds will be held in your Venmo balance until it falls below the limit. You might also encounter delays in processing. Myth. Everyone has the same balance limit. Fact. Limits are personalized and vary significantly based on the factors we discussed earlier. 6. Tips for managing your Venmo balance. Monitor your balance regularly. Keep an eye on your Venmo balance to avoid exceeding your limits and potential delays. Use Venmo for everyday transactions. Regular, legitimate use helps build trust and can lead to higher limits over time. Withdraw funds regularly. If you frequently accumulate funds in your Venmo balance, consider withdrawing them to your bank account to free up space. Be mindful of suspicious activity. Avoid any activities that could raise red flags with Venmo's security system. 7. Alternatives if you exceed your limit. Withdraw funds. Withdraw the excess funds to your bank account and then complete your transaction. Use a different payment method. Consider using a bank transfer, debit card, or another payment app for the transaction. Contact the recipient. Explain the situation to the recipient and explore alternative payment options. Conclusion. Venmo balance limits might seem confusing at first, but understanding how they work can significantly improve your experience with the app. By following the tips we've discussed, you can increase your limits, avoid potential issues, and continue enjoying the convenience of Venmo. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.